Hello everyone, this is Angela at Angela's Garden Sense, and I am down here on the ground. I've been sharing with you a lot of things that have been growing up on my deck, which you've been seeing up to this point. But today I'm going to share with you some things that I'm growing here on the ground. And hey, it's also time, whoa, let me have a seat down here. And it's time for me to do a little bit of pruning as well. But I want to share with you a little bit of tomato growth there. Hopefully you can see what's going on. You can see this is an Amana orange that you're looking at right now. And right next to it, hey, take a look at this. This is one of my pepper plants. And look, I have several peppers that are growing here on this one plant. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants. Let's see, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I thought I was counting 6. It's 5. But anyway, hey, a lot of growth that's going on there. But it's also time, well, to do a little bit of pruning, It's pruning that's going to really help your tomatoes stay free of disease. And some of these lower leaves here, in fact, have to go because they're beginning to get a little bit yellow as well. And I'm just going to move down the bed a little bit so you can see what's going on. As I said, this is an Amana orange tomato that's growing, and I have some pretty healthy tomatoes that are growing in a beautiful cluster. I hope that you can see those. And okay, next to that, I have actually this is another Paul Robeson that I have. I think you saw that up on my deck a couple of days ago. Let me get just a wee bit closer to that so you can see what actually is going on with this one. And there is a big difference. The one that was up on my deck that you saw, well, it had one really hefty size growth, but hey, a lot of it seems to be limited, but I have a few more here. I'm going to also snip off this entire branch here, and the reason why I just pruned that, because several of the leaves, as you can see, are a bit diseased. And you know what? You want to get it away from the plant. And there's a little bit more that's going on. I'm going to snip off one, oops, as you might be able to see here also. And I'll pull it up so you can see that one. Also, a little bit of disease going on with that one as well. So you want to remove the diseased plants from any of your tomatoes that you have. I have one here. You can see that little sucker going, but the main plant is somewhat diseased as well. So let me pull it out, and you can see it too was developing some problems. So I'm trying to get the problem branches away from the rest of the plant as quickly as I can. And so you should really study, or at least I try to study my plants as much as I can, just to be able to see what's going on. And another one is getting removed. And the reason why there seems to be a lot of disease, because, well, they're going out of the ground, and guess what? There's some splash up from the bottom, and the soil often carries some of the things that cause disease on the plant. And that's how blight gets started. So you really want to be able to examine your plants as often as you can, just to see what's going on. So from time to time, it's good to prune. Now, the one that I just pruned, otherwise, as I zoom out just a wee bit, it's pretty healthy. And you zoom up a little bit more closely, you can see it's got some new plants, some new blooms that are coming on, and they're all looking healthy. The leaves up at the top don't seem to have any kind of blight going on, and clusters of blooms are everywhere. But any place that you see any yellowing going on or some stress that's popping up, and I see way down here at the bottom a branch actually that I missed. Now, before I snip that branch, I am going to give it a little bit of a wiggle because I want to see. Whoa, sorry about that wind. Most of the leaves look healthy, but I'm not going to lose any blooms or any fruit. So I'm going to go down here. Hope you can see this. And I am going to snip this bottom whole branch. And it's pretty large, and it's healthy. You know what I might do, since this is a healthy branch with no disease? I might experiment and see if I can actually get this to grow. You know, all along the stem when you have those little hairs, those are possibly, and especially where you feel the little knots, those could turn into roots. And because I just snipped a very healthy branch, I'm going to see if I can create a clone. What do you think? Not sure if I can do that, but I'm kind of being inspired. I think Letitia at Bare Fruit Gardening did something, and she was pretty successful. Now this next plant down here, you can see another cluster of tomatoes, and they're looking fairly healthy. Now last year in this bed, I had some good plants. They didn't start to really produce good sized clusters until it was, 4 or 5 feet high. And then after that, the birds started getting them. I am going to try and put some bird netting over this eventually. But look, I do have a couple of branches that are looking pretty bad on this one, and I might just remove the entire branch because that is some stress, and there's no need for this stress to remain. So I've snipped that, and as you can see, that whole branch was funny. A lot of leaf curl was going on. No signs of disease on it, but something else was going on. So yeah, it had to go. Also, one thing about pruning your plants, the higher you keep the leaves from the bottom, from the soil, and you can see that, you're going to have much better airflow. And I see another little plant starting down there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I just snapped it up. It's actually, I think my finger was just covering the camera. Sorry about that. It was actually pretty close to the ground. And so when you have at least 8 inches, maybe even more, of really just bare stem, you're actually creating more airflow for the plant. And hey, there's not a problem as much with disease. Now I'm going to show you this one plant, and then I'm going to finish pruning, and I'll come back and let you see the rest of this garden bed. Okay, in the meantime, this is Angela at Angela's Garden Sense. Remember to plant something and eat what you grow. Take care, everybody, and thanks for watching.